Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. It's good to be back. I'm not going to go into specifics as to why I haven't been doing the show for the last few weeks, but it was just a little adversity. And, you know, as I always say, adversity is temporary. And that's just what it was. It was temporary. I mean, I overcame it, and now I'm back. All right, now, this month, the month of September, is PCOS Awareness Month. Now, PCOS stands for Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. And only women can have it, and PCOS is when a woman's ovaries end up becoming enlarged and cysts end up growing around them. And some of the symptoms that a woman can experience with PCOS is very bad menstrual pain, depression, fatigue, excessive male hormones, and then the worst of them all, it's hard for them to bear children. I personally know some women that have PCOS, and my heart goes out to them. I can only imagine the pain that they go through on a daily basis. And this is a PCOS Comic Hero tee. And inside the speech bubble, you have some fist, and that's my way of encouraging women with PCOS to fight. And then I also have this patch that says "I wear teal for her." Now the word "her" is represents any woman who has PCOS. I'm encouraging y'all to fight. Y'all are going to get through this. Now there isn't a cure for PCOS, but it can be treated. And all I have to say to all the women that have PCOS, my heart goes out to y'all. Just seek the treatment, and everything will be fine. All right, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. All right, on the last episode, I asked which Marvel character's blood can cure mutants but kill humans. Now, I gave some hints. Now, the first hint was that this character made their debut in X-Factor number 5 in 1986. The second hint is that this character's real name is In Saba Noor. The third hint is this character is the main villain in the X-Men movie that came after Days of Future Past, but before Dark Phoenix. And then the fourth and final hint, the name of this character is also a word that means the complete and utter destruction of Earth. Well, the correct answer is apocalypse. And 9 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their name's been entered in the drawing for a free tee, and this drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Terry Mays from Missouri City, Texas. Congratulations, Terry. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a Black Panther question, and it's in loving memory of Chadwick Bozeman, who we lost at the end of last month. All right, which Marvel movie did Chadwick Bozeman first play the Black Panther in? Now here are a few hints. The first hint, this movie came out in 2016. The second hint, this movie is a Captain America movie. And the third and final hint, this movie is based on a Marvel miniseries that lasted from 2006 until 2007, and the Superhero Registration Act was formed. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered into the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. All right, now D'Angelo Ballou from Warren, Ohio is requesting a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features one of the most deadliest villains in comics going up against one of the other most deadliest villains in comics. Representing DC, we have the Joker. And representing Marvel, we have Venom. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's the Joker versus Venom. The Joker is a criminal mastermind and expert chemist who uses weaponized props and toxins. Venom possesses all powers of the symbiote's first host, Spider-Man, limited shapeshifting and camouflage, and autonomous defense capabilities. Who will win? This wouldn't be much of a fight. The Joker would slowly approach Venom with a smile on his face and no fear at all. Venom begins to lick his chops with every step the Clown Prince of Crime makes. As soon as the Joker comes within 3 feet of Venom, the symbiote says,
"Sorry, Eddie. You're on your own."
The symbiote then separates itself from its host, Eddie Brock. Brock looks back at the symbiote and pleads for it to come back, but to no avail. Brock then turns around and the Joker squirts a huge dose of flesh-eating acid out of his flower in Brock's face. Joker then says, "Never turn your back on a goat. Or me!" He then electrocutes Brock with a 20,000-volt hand buzzer. Joker wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Thank you, D'Angelo Ballou, for that fight. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll have another one for next week. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! All right, there are 3 things we're going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking. The first one is something that I alluded to in the free tea question of the week. The passing of Chadwick Bozeman. He passed away at the end of last month at the age of 43 from colon cancer. He was diagnosed with it in 2016, and he is a well-beloved actor. I mean, in addition to playing Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he also played in movies like 42, which was the biopic film of Jackie Robinson, and then Get On Up, which was the biopic film of James Brown. And not only was he a well-beloved actor, I mean, he was like a very smart, very, very smart man. And he encouraged others to just live prosperous lives. But while he was diagnosed, after he was diagnosed with colon cancer, he filmed 7 movies, and 2 of them were Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame. And it's, as much as that breaks my heart that he filmed 7 movies during that time, it also shows that this man was about as strong as they came. I mean, to film 7 movies while battling cancer, I can only imagine how hard that is. But he did it, and that's a sign of unimaginable strength. And that just, if my takeaway from that is, if this man could fight, if this man could film movies while battling cancer, I mean, the sky's the limit for anything that we can do. But Chadwick, thank you. We love you. We'll miss you, and hope to see you on the other side real soon, brother. All right, and the second thing, on a much lighter note, is that there's going to be a Batman Catwoman limited series coming to DC later this month, and it's going to be written by Tom King, who had an unbelievable run on the current Batman series all the way from 2016 to the end of last year. And it's going to be art by Clay Mann, who's penciled books like Fantastic Four and X-Men, and then also Heroes in Crisis, which was one of my all-time favorite DC miniseries. And it's going to delve in. Now, Tom King felt that once he stepped down for being a writer of Batman last year, there was a few loose ends that he had to tie up, and this miniseries is going to be those loose ends being tied. And also, if you're a fan of the animated movie Batman Mask of the Phantasm, you may want to read this book, because the Phantasm is gonna make his or her long-awaited comics debut, and I can't wait to read that. That's gonna be amazing. And the first issue of it drops on December 1st. All right, and the final thing. Jason David Frank, who is most famous for his role as Tommy Oliver in anything Power Rangers, whether it be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Dino Thunder, or even in the world of MMA. And he's also one heck of a sensei in martial arts. He is going to be at Excalibur Comics on September 30th at 4 p.m. So if you're in the area and you don't have anything to do, come on out. He's doing this as a means of helping save comic book shops. Now, during the pandemic, there have been a lot of comic book stores that took a lot of hints. Remember for an entire month, there weren't any new comics coming out. So he's doing all that he can to go all throughout the country and save comic book stores. And Excalibur Comics is on his list. If I didn't have to work at that time, I would definitely come. Jason David Frank's a great guy. Met him a while back, and let me tell you, wonderful guy, and he's doing all he can to make a difference. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, there's a lot of books, and this is basically 3 weeks worth of books. All right, first up is Action Comics number 1024. The Amazing Spider-Man number 47. The Amazing Spider-Man number 48. Batman number 98. Batman the Outsiders number 16. Really excited about this one. Batman 3 Jokers number 1. Captain Marvel number 21. Detective Comics number 1026. Empire number 5. Empire number 6. Empire Avengers number 3. Fantastic Four number 23. The Flash number 760. The Flash number 761. Ghost Spider number 10. The Green Lantern Season 2 number 7. Guardians of the Galaxy number 6. Hellions number 3. Iron Man 2020 number 6. The conclusion. Justice League number 52. Justice League Dark number 25. Justice League Odyssey number 24. Legion of Superheroes number 8. Marauders number 12. The Magnificent Ms. Marvel number 14. Decided I'm going to read this after Outlaw that I'm all in on this book. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 18. New Mutants number 12. Shazam number 14. Star number 4. Star number 5. Superman number 25. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 108. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 109. Wonder Woman number 761. 761. Wonder Woman number 762. X Factor number 2. X Factor number 3. X-Force number 12. X-Men number 11. And finally, Young Justice number 18. That's a whopping 38, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 10,185. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. And this question is in loving memory of Chadwick Bozeman. Which Marvel movie did Chadwick Bozeman first play the Black Panther in? Now here's some hints. The first hint, this movie came out in 2016. The second hint, this movie is a Captain America movie. And then the third and final hint, this movie is loosely based on the Marvel miniseries from 2006 in which the Superhero Registration Act was formed. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tea on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Terry Mays from Missouri City, Texas, who won a free tea on this week's episode. All right, now, on next week's episode, I'm going to wear a Prostate Cancer Awareness Month Comic Hero tee. This month is also Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. And I personally know some men who are currently battling prostate cancer. I know some men that have beaten prostate cancer, and I know some men that have lost their lives to prostate cancer. And I'm just going to show some love to these men and show some love to their families as well. I believe that when a person individually has cancer, their battle isn't just theirs, it's also their families as well. And so this episode is for y'all. Anytime I do an episode and I raise awareness of anything, it's not just for the person that have either beaten, battled, or lost their lives. It's also for their families as well. And for the road ahead for the show, in 3 weeks is the 7th anniversary episode of the Comic Hero Show. And I started doing this thing on social media, and I'm also going to do it for everyone watching directly from YouTube. I'm giving folks the chance to vote on their... I have 10 different variations of the number 7, and I'm giving folks the chance to vote on the one they like best. And the one that receives the most votes will be the one that I go with for the shirt that I'm wearing on that episode. I've already made up my mind as to what color shirt I'm wearing. I've already made up my mind as to what color vinyl I'm going to use for the shirt. The only thing that I really need help for is the variation for the number 7. All right, it's good to be back, and hopefully I can keep doing this, because I made a New Year's resolution a long time ago, and a lot of y'all remember what that is. I promise to keep doing this, to only stop doing the show when I am physically unable to. And what I went through, that wasn't a physical thing. Far from it. And it's good to be back, and I hope I can do this some more for years to come. All right, I'm Victor Nunley. I'm the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 326. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.